Commander Ava Chen's voice echoes through metal corridors as they launch an exploration into the Mariana Abyss's uncharted region. Geological readings flagged an anomaly, cavernous structures carved into rock. No life signals, just a deep, resonant hum. Ava reassures herself, no ghosts in the sea. Yet, as they breach the twilight zone, something watches unseen, stirring beneath ancient echoes. Lights reveal walls hewn with spirals and glyphs older than humanity, a cathedral of stone, decayed by salt and time. The crew hovers in awe. Echo microphones pick up a low-frequency pulse, almost musical. Dr. Luca Moreno, the marine archaeologist, whispers, "We're not the first here." The hum intensifies. An invitation or a warning? They send an exploratory drone deeper. Signals show more arches. But then coils of kelp shift, patterns matching the pulse. It doesn't feel natural. Equipment strains. The drone's mic picks up something. A phrase, human, distorted, distant. Guide us. Fear, fascination. They decide to respond, with their own tones, cautious and calculated. As they broadcast a melodic tone, chains of bubbles swirl. The vessel shudders. The pulse responds in kind, amplified, layered, urgent. Cameras catch movement, silhouettes drifting just beyond light. Eyes, or lanternfish? Impossible shapes. The crew debates retreat. But Ava, transfixed, realizes they've woken something that remembers them. The coral-like creatures assemble, thousands of them, each a note in a living chorus. They echo the tones in harmony. The vessel is enveloped in their song, and the sub's systems fluctuate in resonance. It's not hostile, it's curious, seeking, echoing. But their melody is overwhelming, physical. The crew bags tablets, "We are guests," on loop. The creatures respond with a gentle wave. Sensors read physiological sync, calm and clarity. The gentle choir retreats. From the abyss come darker shapes, hulking forms with empty maws and silent hunger. Sharks? No. Something older, bigger, drawn by the disturbance. The pulse warps, desperate, a warning. The creatures haze into defense, forming luminescent barriers. The darkness recoils. In that moment, the crew realizes the choir protected them from predators they never imagined. They cease all noise, silence. The largest choir shape flickers, then hums, a soft melody. It's an acknowledgement, offer, a connection. Luca decodes a phrase, "Remember us." Ava records her own message back, "We will." They leave the cathedral reluctantly, escorted by glowing shapes back to the sub-entrance, a silent farewell. Back aboard the mothership, the crew is quiet, changed. Data tapes roll, audio textures.
A balance. Terror, empathy, wonder. Closing thought. Humanity rarely stands at the edge of an abyss, not of space but of history, where we might be the guests, the learners, the remembered. Back in the lab, Dr. Moreno layers sonic data, the choir's song, the predator's warning hums. But buried within is something else. A pattern. Ancient, mathematical, recursive, almost like writing. A code. A memory embedded in sound. Each predator note resonates with a choir refrain as if one half of a call and response too old for human time. They realize the choir has been both library and gateway, and that the predators were the guardians. Ava dreams of deep waters enveloping her. Bioluminescent shapes swim through her ribs. She hears whispers echoing in pressure and slow heartbeat rhythms. She wakes, calm but shaken, drawn to the abyss's pull. She hums the choir's melody involuntarily, and her heartbeat syncs with the recording. She wonders, was this contact unconscious, or was she chosen? The brass convene a summit. Return immediately, continue further study. The Navy argues resource threat. The scientists plead for peace and for more discovery. Ava stands, voice steady. We've found life that matters, life that remembers. Do we unleash or protect it? Her question reverberates in the room. They vote. The mission is paused, pending evaluation. But Ava knows they've already made a pact. Silent, sonic, binding. Months later, the song reaches Earth in classrooms and home recordings. Children hum the melody in playgrounds, remix artists echo its tones in music festivals. Some call it the subsea lament. Others theorize it's humanity's first echo from true first contact. The Predator recordings are buried, classified. And yet, in hidden online forums, they compile vessels of species known only by their calls, the choir and their guardians, the shadow leviathans. Ava, now an ambassador design, visits schools, speaking softly. Life exists where we stopped looking. Let curiosity guide us. And always remember, when you venture into darkness, listen, for fear and for friendship may both reside there. Back aboard, the science team detects unexpected interference on comms. The choir's melody subtly bleeding into other frequencies. Satellite chatter, crew radios, even personal devices. It's as if the song refuses to stay buried. Dr. Moreno cross-checks recordings. The interference forms patterns resembling star chart glyphs. Someone or something from the deep might be broadcasting outward. A deliberate beacon. A call not just to Earth's vessels, but beyond. To understand the dream's pull, the science division initiates a sensory immersion. Ava lies in a cradle filled with saline solution, eyes closed, EEG sensors humming. The choir's melody plays. She wakes, but now bears within her something ancient, persistent. At 2 a.m., the communications array picks up a disruptor. Military decks scramble. Someone is listening. Remote connections intercepting. The word on every command transceiver is breach. The brass realizes the choir's signal has gone public. Leaks in sensor networks broadcasting its melody across global frequencies. Panic sets in. What if adversaries harvest it, weaponize it? Ava realizes the mission is not just scientific, it's political, dangerous. They have only two choices: expose the world to wonder or lock it down. Ava confronts Commander Bryn, who's boarded the ship privately with a security team. He's decided the choir is too unpredictable. His plan: destroy the recordings, sink the submersible, seal the vault with explosives. He claims it's for universal safety. Ava begs him to reconsider. This is not a weapon, it's life. Their debate ends when alarms blare. Technicians have locked down the lab. Data is already leaving in encrypted packets to safe nodes. Bryn fumes. He orders arrest, but the crew refuses. They won't let fear win. The breach starts a rebellion. Scientists versus militarized protocol. Logos versus fear. Curiosity versus control. Some crew members, worried that governments may suppress the truth, secretly route encrypted data transmissions to external satellites and civilian scientists. They form an ad hoc trust network, broadcasting the choir's melody and dream data to independent researchers across the globe. It's not public yet, but it's out of classified control. Subtle panic ensues in military ranks. Ava realizes there's now no turning back. The choir's song has entered the collective mind. Leaked files hit the public domain quietly. Forum posts, art installations, street performers humming the melody. The voice spreads ripple-like. Some hail it as a cosmic gift. Others warn of its call to alien forces. The first of what the media dubs the SIRELLA effect sweeps. Spiritual movements form, some cultish, others scientific. Humanity is beginning to remember what it felt to be part of something larger than itself. Commander Bryn convenes a security tribunal. He accuses Ava of treason and leaking classified data. Ava counters. It's being shared with the universe, and that's our purpose. A standoff ensues. Security detainees face stiff resistance from civilian scientists on board. As the ship's silent corridors fill with bird calls of tension and tension, it's clear. This decision isn't just about one moon. It's about whether fear or curiosity guides us.
In the tense final hours before Earth approach, Ava and Bryn argue one last time. Bryn still fears weaponization. Ava pleads that curiosity might bond the galaxy. Blood pressure hits, tempers flare, before realization hits both. They can't imprison wonder. Even if governments attempt to shut it down, humanity has forever changed. The crew votes, the data stays free, the melody remains public, and exploration goes onward. Months after the crew returns, unexplainable things begin to happen. Children across the globe begin humming fragments of the SIRELLA melody without having heard it. Linguists detect tonal consistencies. Scientists confirm the signal is now subtly embedded in Earth's electromagnetic field. Ava realizes the creature's song wasn't just communication, it was seeding resonance across minds, across planets. One final scan from an abandoned probe reveals a chilling beauty. There is not one creature beneath the ice, there are hundreds, dormant until now. The ancient one, the singer, was just the first voice, the teacher. Now others stir, their lights blink in irregular harmony, the moon hums with awakening. What was once a lullaby has become a chorus of rebirth. World governments meet in secret. The leaked data has caused ripples, scientific breakthroughs, spiritual awakenings, but also unrest. Fear mounts. What if the signal evolves? Can it control minds? Weaponize sound? Ava is summoned to testify. She doesn't argue. She sings. One note, simple, slow. The room falls quiet. No vote is taken. The melody wins. The council disperses. No law is passed. The silence speaks louder than policy. Years pass. The SIRELLA choir inspires a new generation of explorers. Humanity discovers a second planet, one where memory is kept in frequency forests. Trees hum, mountains echo past lives. In a clearing, a crystalline obelisk plays the melody Ava first sang. Somehow, impossibly, it's already here. Was SIRELLA the first song, or just the latest verse in a much older music? Ava retires by the sea. She no longer works, but listens. Every wave echoes SIRELLA. In her final days, she sings the melody into the wind, and then one morning her home is found empty, her footprints ending at the shore. Above the sea, a shimmer of aurora glows, faint but steady. The song continues, not from speakers, but from the earth itself, as if the moon beneath the ice had taught the world how to sing again. Far away in the Himalayas, where the air is thin and time moves differently, a sect of monks known as the Listeners awakens to the signal. For centuries, they believed sound connected all life. When SIRELLA's tones reach them, they recognize it not as alien, but ancestral. They replicate the frequencies through sacred instruments, unlocking forgotten parts of their own DNA. Humanity, it seems, has heard this song before, in dreams, in chants, in silence. Now it sings back. Hidden under layers of ice, an abandoned Earth-based research vault, long thought lost, powers itself without human input. It begins transmitting the SIRELLA signal in reverse, as though responding to. Explorers land on Marialis 9, a planet of silent seas, but when they sleep, their dreams are filled with music. The ocean sings only in the absence of listeners. It responds to thought, not sound. It remembers SIRELLA, not as another moon, but as kin, a celestial sibling. The idea spreads. The universe is not a vacuum, but a choir. Every planet a voice, every explorer a listener. Years after Alira's disappearance, humanity constructs the Echo Archive, a spaceborne temple that houses every known tone, from Earth's whales to SIRELLA's creatures. Children float through chambers of color and music. At its center, Alira's final recorded hum. It resonates strongest. Pilgrims come not to learn, but to feel, and many leave changed, carrying new songs they can't explain. The archive does not grow by collection, but by contribution. It listens, always. One last discovery shakes the cosmos. Star charts reveal a pattern, distant suns blinking not randomly but rhythmically, matching the SIRELLA cadence. It's not light-speed communication, it's memory, stored in stellar pulses, echoing for eons. Not a message to us, but from us, or from what we will become. The choir of the cosmos continues, timeless and unstoppable, and SIRELLA was never an origin, but a harmony, waiting for us to join the verse. The Galactic Council, long fractured by silence and suspicion, holds an unprecedented meeting, not to speak, but to listen. Delegates float in weightless chambers, surrounded by SIRELLA's song, rendered as light and movement. The melody evokes shared dreams, oceans, warmth, loss. Wars that once seemed inevitable dissolve in the shared ache of recognition. For the first time in history, peace is brokered not through treaty, but through harmony. She never knew Alira. Her parents never spoke of SIRELLA, yet every evening she hums in the same key, 5 tones that form a minor cadence. She claims a woman made of water visits her dreams, teaching her how to shape songs that make flowers bloom early. Scientists dismiss it, artists call it prophecy, but when she sings near dormant soil, the land responds. Maybe memory lives not in data, but in children. Inspired by SIRELLA's natural architecture, soundsmiths begin forging instruments from the ice itself, not to play music, but to channel it. These aren't devices, they're conduits. When activated, they don't make noise. They evoke emotion, images, fragments of language older than stars. The instruments aren't tuned by pitch, but by memory, and each one plays a different truth. A supernova is expected within the hour. But instead of fleeing, explorers gather. They synchronize their systems to broadcast the song from SIRELLA, not to preserve the dying star, but to let it hear beauty before its end. When it collapses, it does so silently, but all present feel a presence. Something listening back. The universe, it seems, answers not with thunder, but with quiet gratitude.